People have lived in this town on a natural harbor in the Turkish Riviera for as long as 5,000 years. Fethye was once Telmessos, part of ancient Lycia, a confederation of independent city-states. The Lycians were known for their unique burial habits, and have left behind 2,500-year-old sarcophagi in the streets of Fethye, and marvelous rock tombs in the cliffs outside the town. Fethye is a holiday resort today, and a convenient entry point for the remote ruins of other Lycian cities, the 18-kilometer Saklıkent Canyon and the extraordinary beach and lagoon at Ölüdeniz. In this video, you'll see the top 10 things to see and do in Fethye. The suggestions are based on our several exciting trips to the City of Angels. Here are our top 10 picks. Begin with number 1, Ölüdeniz Beach. Around the headland, a mere 10 kilometers south of Fethye's Old Town, is a scene of rare beauty. The blue flag Ölüdeniz Beach is a crescent of white pebbles, with clear waters, a mesmerizing shade of turquoise that glows in the sunlight. Lots of things combine to make this place so special. One of these is the skyscraping mountainscape on its margins. The peak of Babadag, a mountain just shy of 2,000 meters, rises only 5 kilometers in from the coast and faces off against the 1,400-meter Karatepe. Number 2 is the Tomb of Amyntas. You can see captivating traces of ancient Telmessos in the high limestone cliffs that form Fethye's southern boundary. There you can follow a steep footpath up along the base of the bluffs to get a better look at the Lycian tombs. These were fashioned from the rock face and can be remarkably grand, with friezes, pediments, and Ionic columns. The finest of all is at the highest point, and commands exhilarating views back on Fethye and its gulf. At number 3, Fethiye Museum. Given Fethye's archaeological wealth, a visit to the town's museum is something that needs to be done. You can cast your eye over a massive hoard of artifacts, from the Bronze Age through the Archaic, Hellenistic, Roman, and Byzantine periods. There are coins minted across hundreds of years, as well as pieces of jewelry, amphorae, busts, grave stelae, figurines, amulets, pottery, altars, and architectural fragments like column capitals and plinths. You can see a whole tomb, brought here from the ruins at Tlos, but maybe the most important find on show is the trilingual stele. This has identical inscriptions in Lycian, Greek, and Aramaic. Number 4, Saklıkent National Park. Deep into Fethye's rocky hinterland you can journey to the Saklıkent Canyon, some 40 kilometers east of the resort, in a national park created in 1996. The statistics for this natural wonder are mind-boggling. The canyon is 18 kilometers long, up to 300 meters deep, and narrows to just 2 meters across. This was all carved out by the Kayaköy, a branch of the Izon River, and which can be violent between November and March. The rest of the year you can walk about 4 kilometers of the gorge, traversing wooden walkways attached to the wall, and exploring waterfalls and a series of caves. Number 5 in our list, Tlos Ruins. Something to combine with a day trip to the Saklıkent Gorge is this ruined Lycian city resting on a rocky plateau. Tlos first took shape as early as 4,000 years ago, and is unusual for Lycian settlements as it was inhabited Romans, Byzantines, and then Ottoman Turks, right up to the 19th century. Part of the fun of adventuring through Tlos is working out which ruins are from which era. For instance, the decaying fortress at the top is Ottoman, but with walls that have Lycian and Roman stonework. Number 6, Fethiye Old Town. Directly east of the marina is Fethye's Old Town, or Pas Bader. You can duck into this mesh of tight, walkable alleys, and mill around shops selling souvenirs, Turkish carpets, tea sets, and the like. The scent of spices floats on the air, and even when the sun is beating down, Pas Bader stays dark under a mantle of vines on pergolas, or large awnings covering the width of the alleys. In this dim and cool environment there are plentiful cafes and restaurants with terraces. Look out for the 18th century minaret of Eski Cami, Old Mosque, and for a snapshot of local life. The fish market is nearby. At number 7, Çalis Beach. North of Fethye's natural harbor, the coast opens out onto a long bay. This is Çalis Beach, which goes on for kilometers and has a mixture of dusky sand and pebbles, lapped by low to moderate surf. The resort continues on a promenade behind, and you'll never have to travel far for a bite to eat or supplies for a blissful afternoon in the sun. The length of the beach means there's space for everyone to relax, which suits the older, more laid-back crowd that comes here. Number 8, Kayaköy. 8 kilometers south of Fethye is a ghost village, formerly inhabited by a majority Greek Orthodox Christian community but abandoned in the turbulent first decades of the 20th century. Ottoman Greeks had lived within the empire in relative peace for hundreds of years. But that changed after World War I, with the Greco-Turkish War of 1919 to 1922 followed by a population exchange. Kayaköy, Levisai, had a population of 6,000 at the time it was abandoned, and has a history going back at least as far as the 7th century when it was a Christian bishopric. There are Lycian-style tombs here, but most of the houses, school buildings and churches are from the 18th and 19th centuries. Number 9, Butterfly Valley. South of Ölüdeniz there's a beach that is practically inaccessible by land as it sits at the end of a canyon with rocky walls that tower to 350 meters. Butterfly Valley, so called because of the many species, more than 80, that dwell in this habitat, is a popular day trip by boat from Ölüdeniz. You'll be dropped off at the pristine sandy cove with crystalline waters, all dwarfed by those soaring walls of rock. There's a little cafe on the beach, and you can decide if you want to journey up the valley. Finish with number 10, Fethiye Harbour. The waterfront in Fethye is open to the public, with a promenade that lines the bay for hundreds of meters, as far as the marina on the south side. All along, the views are special, out over the Gulf of Fethye or west to the little wood-cloaked peninsula that protects the harbor. As you go south you'll see boats moored at the quayside, from traditional gillets, schooners, to opulent modern yachts. There's shade from palms and pine trees, lots of restaurants and cafes, and a designated path for cyclists. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Fethye? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.